Hey, what's going on guys? Elliot here, apartment bartender. So in this video, what I want to talk to you guys about is everything that you need to stock your home bar when starting out. Get a lot of great questions about what bottles that I'd recommend. Back when I first started, I went to the liquor store and bought a bunch of stuff that I knew nothing about. If I could go back again, this is what I would do. So this video is all about what bottles that I recommend for anyone looking to start out in the world of home bartending, looking to kind of build on the classic cocktails, and all in all just venture into the world of slinging drinks. So here we go. Alright, so I know I probably shouldn't vlog and drive, but one of the things that I want to talk about before we get into Total Wine is that if you are the type of person that wants like a vodka cocktail or a gin cocktail and you just want to keep it super simple, this probably isn't the best video for you, just because I would say just go buy a vodka or a gin and take care of that and get like your club sodas and stuff. This is just more from the standpoint of somebody that wants to make the classic cocktails and really venture into bartending and being that person amongst your friends that just is the master of all things booze. So that's really kind of like the approach that I'm taking. Like if you want to learn how to mix up like old fashions and Manhattans and Negronis and daiquiris and kind of have everything that you need to really start getting started with all of this. I'll probably do another video about, making, if you want to brunch hard AF and you want to do stuff that is a little different, maybe in different categories. That's more what I'll focus on in the other videos. But again, this is mainly for people that want to do like classic cocktails and kind of venture into everything.
Said this man playing on my mind like vinyl. I'm bittersweet, you think you won, but you had to lose the semifinals. Means you get so close next to your idols, but primal instinct told you hold your pride, that shit is vital. See, I don't ask niggas for pictures, man, cause maybe if I did, I'd had some pics with Cold Future and J Electronica. Celebrate like 8 days straight, that's word to Hanukkah. But word to mama, I'ma solve my monetary problems. Wanna fuck up some commas and busting some condoms and models who popping bottles fast so that they can pour them up. I bought my homies with me, blowing the gas, looked at me, said, cut, all the shit up in here making more than us.
A few moments later.
Alright.
You guys just have to do a little shoot?
Yeah, just like a vlog. Is that cool?
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
A few inches later.
How you guys doing?
Good, man. How you doing?
What are we filming here?
Just a vlog.
Oh, okay.
Is that kosher?
Not really, unfortunately.
Really?
Yeah.
This is a bummer, man. That's a bummer.
So they told me not to vlog. They said it has to go through corporate. Alright, so we'll start with spirits. I would recommend that you pick up a bourbon. I would recommend that you pick up a rye whiskey, a light rum, a gin, and I would recommend that you pick up a reposado tequila. I'll kind of go through each one and just kind of talk a little bit about why. And I'll recommend certain brands that would be good to pick up as well. Bourbon is gonna, if you don't already have a bottle of bourbon in your house, you definitely need one. There are a lot of drinks that you can make, either creative ones or classics that require bourbon. Mainly old fashioned, it's my go-to. Old fashions are a classic cocktail that are amazing to memorize. Not only because it's a great drink, but because it serves kind of as a template for more creative drinks that you can do down the road. So a bottle of bourbon is super necessary. A couple brands that I would recommend. This Four Roses Yellow Label is awesome, especially for like basic mixes. And I would recommend like a Bulleit bourbon, or I would recommend, I believe it's Old Granddad. I think that's probably about 13 or 14 bucks. So you really don't need to break the budget on any of the spirits that you have starting out. I would kind of keep it in that $15 to $25 range. Rye Whiskey is another good one to have. Old Overholt is one of my favorites, especially for mixing. Another really great brand is Rittenhouse Rye, I believe the 100 proof. Those are ones that I typically keep stocked in my home bar for drinks like a Manhattan and Sazeracs, other classic whiskey cocktails that you're gonna need rye whiskey for. Light rum, it really doesn't matter which light rum that you purchase. I mean, I'm personally a fan of Bacardi Superior. There are other light rums that I have in my bar right now. But you can make some pretty cool drinks like a daiquiri, a mojito, just classic rum drinks that you can make. It's really good to have that in your home bar for summer months, spring months, and then especially like brunch cocktails, which I love. Fourthly, I would get a good gin, a good bottle of gin. Tanqueray is one of my favorites. I also recommend Beefeater gin to anybody looking to pick up a gin for the first time. It's super reasonably priced. More times than not, the gin that is used in the well bar for a lot of really good cocktail bars, so I really recommend Beefeater gin. And you'll be able to make drinks like a gin martini, you'll be able to make drinks like a Negroni, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. Definitely get a gin. This one is a Reposado tequila. Clearly it's running low and I need to restock, but a Reposado tequila, you know, if you like silver tequila, get that as well, but I think having a good tequila in your bar is important too. Personally, I'm a fan of Reposado just because I think it adds a little bit more to a drink, to like a margarita, for example, but I would get this. You can make some pretty cool classics like a margarita, a Paloma cocktail, so a lot you can do with tequila. Again, I need to restock. So a couple good brands. I really like this brand right here. It doesn't matter, again, stay within the $15 to $20, $25 range. Just make sure that's 100% agave. There are some brands out there that aren't, but yeah, just make sure it's 100% agave, Reposado tequila, or you can go with the silver tequila if that suits your fancy. Pick these up. These are the spirits that I recommend that you have to make a lot of the classics. Okay, now that you have these spirits, what are some liqueurs that would be good to have in your home bar as well? Okay, so liqueurs. Liqueurs are basically like the best friend of a spirit, right? So liqueurs really add a level of sweetness to a drink, but it can also modify the drink and introduce different flavor profiles. Three that I would really recommend starting off, and I'll kind of talk about why. I would recommend that you pick up a bottle of Campari. It's pretty harsh if you're not a fan of bitter drinks or even just bitterness in general. Not a lot of people that I've actually like made drinks for like the taste of Campari. That's not to say it's not a good liqueur. It's just because it introduces a bitter element to cocktails. But especially if you're diving into the classics, I mean, you can't get any more classic than a Negroni cocktail, which is gin, sweet vermouth, and Campari. Highly, highly recommend having this. If you want to kind of take a more safe approach, I would probably get Aperol. An awesome liqueur for brunch cocktails, for spritzes, perfect for the springtime, perfect for the summertime, definitely necessary to have in your home bar. So it's a little less harsh than Campari, or a lot less harsh. So if you don't want to go with this, get Aperol. If you want like to kind of dive into the classics full force, then definitely pick them both up. Third one that I would really recommend is Cointreau. It's an orange liqueur that is heavily used in margaritas and other cocktails, but it really is the standard when it comes to like margaritas, and it's that liqueur, right? So you can get a cheap triple sec, you can get other stuff, but Cointreau really is like the standard. So especially when you're getting into it, making the classics like margarita, it's better to pick up the things that are going to really get you accustomed to high quality ingredients that are going to be great for your drinks and great to learn with and great to work with. So these are some of the liqueurs that I would recommend. Here are some of the things that I would recommend for aperitifs, which also in a sense I guess can be considered a liqueur, but more fortified wines that are used for some of your classic cocktails as well. Dry vermouth and sweet vermouth. So vermouth is a fortified wine, and so it's just it's super important for classic cocktails. Like there is no Manhattan cocktail without sweet vermouth. There is no martini without dry vermouth. So these things are really important to have. If you purchase some and pick them up, like Dolin is a highly recommended brand. Another really good sweet vermouth that you can pick up is Carpano Antica formula. It's kind of one of the standards as well, but this is super good, especially for I think sometimes half the cost, so highly recommend Dolin. Dry Vermouth, there are some really good ones out there. This is really cost effective and it's quality, but there's also like Noilly Prat that you can pick up. There's another brand, it's kind of slipping my mind right now, but there are some other really good Dry Vermouth brands out there. But again, perfect for the martinis and exactly what you need. You're gonna need a sweet vermouth when it comes to Manhattan cocktails and Negronis and other classics. So highly recommend having these two in your home bar. Next up, we have bitters. So bitters really are the salt and pepper of the cocktail world. You know, they really help round out a cocktail. Think about it in the context of if you were eating a really good meal and it was good, but you felt like it was missing something. Typically it's missing a little bit of salt and pepper, right? That's kind of how bitters work. You know, they're awesome for helping to round out a cocktail again and bring ingredients together. The standard that you're really going to be using for bitters to start are orange bitters, and there are a couple really good brands out there. These are Angostura orange bitters. You can check out some other ones as well. I think Fees Brothers makes a really good orange bitters as well. Angostura bitters, which are the hands down standard in the cocktail world. And then you have Peychaud's bitters, which are some other really good ones. This you use mainly for like Sazeracs. You use Angostura for old fashions, Manhattans, and other ones, and orange bitters. It's slipping on the top of my mind like what you would use that for, but again, these three are like perfect. A lot of times orange bitters are used in old fashions as well, or martinis, gin martinis. Some people throw a little bit of orange bitters in their orange martinis just to kind of introduce more of a floral element as well. I highly recommend picking these three bitters up. If you pick all of these things up, you're gonna have a really good start to the world of home bartending and creating classic cocktails. You're gonna have your spirits, you're gonna have your liqueurs, you're gonna have your fortified wines, and you're gonna have your bitters that are gonna help you to create classics again, like the Manhattan, old-fashioned, Negroni, martinis, palomas, margaritas. You're gonna be slinging all kinds of booze for you and your friends. So go to the store. I would invest probably $150 to $200 in these bottles just to kind of make sure that you're well stocked, but it's gonna last you a long time. And yeah, hope this was helpful, guys. Sorry I got kind of booted out of the liquor store earlier, but hope this was helpful. Hope you guys get what you need and keep mixing. Most of all, can you like, comment, and subscribe? Talk to me in the comments. Your feedback means the world. Helps me to know what to create next for you guys and what's really helpful. So yeah, talk to you guys soon.
Said it's been playing on my mind like vinyl.
I'm gonna be over here, most likely by the tree, you know, like I'm a tree. Yeah. You're gonna talk to your audience, so think about what you're gonna say, and I'm gonna go over there and be a tree.
My bro is bossy.